everyone, welcome back to the review realm. It's Sienna, and today we're going to be discussing everything I watched in January of 2025. And I do have my phone that does have notes on it, so if you see me looking or my phone, that is why. And this video may be a little chaotic. I did try and sort of organize it, but I'm chaotic, so this is definitely going to be chaotic, so you have been warned. But before we get into it any further, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So let's get to it. So I first am starting out with all the movies that I watched in January. Now, some of these are going to be rewatches, and the first one is, and that is Rush Hour. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Oh, when you walk by. Anyway, classic movie. Practically everyone has seen it, and it was just put on Netflix, and I was like, I just need a movie that I've already seen. You know what you're getting, and it's gonna be good. A good little chuckles, and that was Rush Hour for me. I've seen this movie a lot, but it was just a good rewatch. Now, the second one was also a rewatch, but I did watch it with my dad, and it's The Matrix. My dad, love him, but he struggles comprehending movies for some reason. Like, he's very smart, but it's just weird. Like, he doesn't get Star Wars, he can't follow it, and he doesn't get Lord of the Rings. He's like, I like The Shire. I'm like, Dad, that's literally just like the 10 minutes, and that's only the first movie. He can't even get through Fellowship, which is just bonkers. He's like, oh, there's too much going on, the story. And my dad really wanted to know what like being red-pilled or blue-pilled meant, and he was like, I want to watch The Matrix, but I need you to explain it. So every 10 seconds I was pausing it and explaining it to my dad, and I just completely forgot like how good it is. Like, I remember The Matrix like really liking them, and like the trilogy, okay? I remember really liking the trilogy, but like I just forgot how good it was, especially like the action scenes. So rewatching it was like, it felt good rewatching The Matrix. You just sometimes forget, like, you remember it being good, but like not as good as you remember. And the third film on my list is Flight Risk, which stars Mark Wahlberg and is directed by Mel Gibson. There is a pilot, an air marshal, and a witness, and they need to get this witness to the courthouse basically as fast as possible so he can put this really bad guy behind bars. Not everyone is who they seem to be on the plane. So I was expecting like a nice little popcorn film, and that's exactly what I got. I did do an in-depth review on my channel, which I will link definitely in the description. I thought it was okay. Good popcorn film. Now, the next film was also in the theaters, and it's Brave the Dark. And this was done by Angel Studios, and they are the same who did Sound of Freedom. And I was expecting like, oh, this movie's gonna be so depressing and I'm just gonna be sad, but it was actually really well done, and I would suggest it to others, especially if you sort of want like that motivational true story movie. Another film that I watched, and oh my gosh, I got mad backlash from my grandma about this movie, but it's Back in Action, which stars Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx, and they are former CIA agents, and they leave the CIA and then they sort of get dragged back into it. And I did a full review on my channel, so you can go watch it there if you want to learn more. But my grandma watched my video, and she was very upset about the rating I gave it. So I have been getting calls for weeks about, this movie was the best movie. How could you only give it a solid 6.8? This was a solid 10. So my grandma's very mad, but so she loved it. She gave it a 10 out of 10. I believe I gave it like a 6.8. I thought it was okay. There's that. Shout out my grandma. And then the last movie on my list that I watched was Inheritance, which follows Phoebe Dynevor, who is Lady Bridgerton in the Bridgerton series. This film is about her, and she takes care of her mother, and then her mother sadly passes, and she sort of gets rekindled with her dad, but he's definitely a fishy guy, and he ends up getting kidnapped, tries and helps, and she travels like the whole world trying to help her dad, basically. I have a whole review on my channel. Go watch that there. That was a more polished review. But this film, I was getting like motion sickness. It was crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, just like, because it's filmed on an iPhone, which it's a cool concept and the picture looks good, but it was like swooshing motions and I was like, oh my gosh. And my theater was hot and kind of musty. It was the weirdest thing ever. I've never been in a theater that is hot, but for that movie, I was like, I'm gonna get murdered. But luckily I didn't, and I'm here to give you this video, so you're welcome. Now we are going on to TV shows. So, I have not completed everything on this list, and I'll tell you once I reach those, okay? But just know that in February, I will do better. The first thing that I watched on this list was Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1. Okay, I still need to watch the movie and Season 2, and I'm gonna get there, so don't freak out. And it's an anime. It is so good. I don't even want to tell you anything. It's best to just go into it blind, and that's what I did. My younger sister watched it, and I was hearing all like, oh, it's super good, blah, blah, you need to watch it. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna give it a shot. I ended up loving it. It is good, and I'm gonna keep going with it, and especially if you are an anime fan, give it a shot if you haven't already. I know I'm really behind on the trends, but if you haven't, do it. Now the next is Alice in Borderland, which is a Japanese show, and it follows a guy, and he is basically transported into another world, and to survive you have to play these deadly games. But again, if you don't play the deadly games, then you basically die, and if you do play them, there is a shot that you do die. This show is so good, and I finished season 1, so I'm now going to season 2, so I haven't completely finished it. The first 3 episodes, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Like, my adrenaline was going. I was like, oh my gosh. And like these deadly games, they're sort of like in the world of Saw. You could sort of think of like Squid Games if you have seen that. It is so good and it's worth a shot. There is an English dub, but I prefer reading subtitles. But if you can get, it's good, especially if you like the deadly game sort of concept, worth it. And that is on Netflix. Now, this next one was a rewatch, and it is a K-drama. So I love watching K-dramas. I've been obsessed for the last like 2 years about K-dramas, and I'm trying to get my family into them because I'm like, it is way better than America entertainment. As long as you get over reading the subtitles, it's like amazing. Oh, so good. Oh, I could go on about K-dramas, but I won't. But this, I was trying to get my sister into it, and she's more into like the love genre, romance, and I was like, okay, I got the perfect K-drama, and that is Business Proposal. He follows a girl, and she helps her rich bestie by going on a blind date because her bestie does not want to go. She's over getting set up on these dates, so she pretends, well, the guy ends up being her boss, and it's just a really cute little romance K-drama. Like, what I love about K-dramas, it's like one season, and there's multiple genres typically. It depends on which one you watch within one show, and they're like 12 to 16 episodes. You can knock them out. They're just so good, and if you haven't experienced Korean entertainment, definitely give them a shot. Like, it's worth it. It will change your world. The next show, it's My Happy Marriage Season 2, and I knew that the second season was going to be released in January. Well, me being the idiot I am, I was like, oh, they're just gonna dump, it's an anime, they're gonna dump all the episodes, because, again, I'm an idiot. No, they are releasing them weekly. I was so mad, when I figured that out, because I love season 1 of My Happy Marriage. It is so cute. I've rewatched it multiple times. Definitely give it season 1 a shot, but season 2 being released weekly, it pissed me off so much. I can't even explain. So I have watched a couple episodes because like I can't wait, but I'm also trying to wait because I hate watching things weekly. It's like my kryptonite. I hate it so much. I prefer the binge model. So I'm trying to be patient. So I've only watched a couple of episodes, so this is one of the ones that I haven't completely finished. But I'm excited where they're gonna take season 2, and I definitely will be sharing my thoughts in February. So if you see everything I watched in February in a month, definitely go check out that video when that does come out. Now, the next show I did actually complete, so yay, give me a round of applause. A for effort, and that is Night Agent Season 2. I really enjoyed the first one. Season 2, I do have an in-depth review on my channel, and there are some things where I was like, I'm about to choke out some people, but it's okay, I survived, and there are some things that I did like about Night Agent Season 2, and if you haven't seen Night Agent, give it a shot, especially if you like action. I don't even want to tell you that much about it, because I'm definitely going to spoil something, so just go watch a trailer if you haven't seen Night Agent. If you want to see my full thoughts, I did a whole review, and that review of Night Agent Season 2 is basically me ranting, because there's things that piss me off, but overall, it's a fine season. It's a good, whatever. Now, the next show is a K-drama, and it is Love Next Door. Now, I haven't finished it yet. My thing is, all my social media is now like Korean entertainment. So when it was being released weekly, again, I hate watching things weekly, so I was like, I'm just gonna wait, and I'm not gonna see spoilers. Well, of course, I saw spoilers, so now I know what happens, and I'm like, I'm gonna get heartbroken, but I gotta keep watching it because it's good. So me and my sister were watching Love Next Door. It's cute right now, but I'm gonna finish it in February. Don't you worry, I will get through it. So there's that. And this next one is also a K-drama. It's When the Phone Rings. I started watching it live. The first episode came out like the end of November, and I was like, this just looks too good. I gotta watch weekly. Biggest mistake of my life, because all the stuff that was happening in South Korea ended up delaying some of the episodes coming out. So I was like waiting 2 weeks just for like 2 episodes. So pissed, but whatever, it's okay. So it led me, I'm like, I've watched the first 10 episodes. I'm just going to wait now until they're all released, because especially towards the end of K-dramas, they mess with your feelings. They leave on cliffhangers, which is so annoying. Ugh. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait because I know the end is gonna be good. But then I saw spoilers, big shocker there, and now I'm like, oh, now I have to watch it, and I know it's came out, and all the episodes are out now, and I just need to finish it. I need to grow some cojones, but I don't know, but I'm going to try and finish that in February. This next show is Landman, which is on Paramount Plus, and it's really good. It's the same people who did Yellowstone, if you've watched that, and it's about a guy in the oil industry and him sort of managing it, and it follows him and his family and his job, and you get some good laughs. It's funny. My whole family has watched it, and they love it. It's great. If you like Yellowstone, you're definitely gonna like Landman, and I definitely give it a shot. I do have a review on my channel if you want to know my full thoughts on that. So that's the end of my TV shows. So in total, I at least started 8 shows or watched some sort of content in January, but I completely at least finished a season of a show, and that was 5 shows in total. So honestly, not that bad, but I typically do consume more content, so I am a little disappointed in myself, but it's okay. February is coming. I can do it. Woo! But let me know in the comment section down below if there's movies that you want me to cover or videos you want me to make. Let me know, and thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye!